Welcome back to Blacks in Motion. Now I'm going to give you a few of my ideas of where I see the Miami Heat and the San Antonio Spurs going for next season, and if they can continue their dominance in their respective conferences and possibly make it back to the finals. And I'm only going to talk about these two teams because those were the last two guys standing. So as far as the Miami Heat is concerned, we saw a great play out of LeBron James. He's the best player on the planet. We also saw a very gritty performance from Dwayne Wade. He's not going anywhere. But what about that last leg to the big three? Chris Bosh. He was held scoreless in Game 7. Even though he showed up with his defense late in the series, he was very ineffective almost all year. So if you ask me, look for that guy to be gone in a sign and trade deal with somebody else. Why? Because there's some people on the bench and other role players that are getting a little long in the tooth, getting a little old, that should not be there next year on the roster. One guy that's going to stay there in a role position is Chris Anderson. Man, that's one of the best pickups late in the season that the Miami Heat could have done. But go ahead and look forward to Chris Bosh being included in a lot of trade rumors this offseason. They need somebody there in Miami to help on the boards and in the middle, in the paint. And Chris Bosh is not the answer. Now, the San Antonio Spurs, of course, again, have a little small piece of my heart. It's my team. A lot of people don't realize, Manu Ginobili, he was the highest paid Spur, which makes it burn a little bit more that he had so many turnovers and played so poorly in this series. But he was the highest paid player on the roster at $14 million. We also don't have Steven Jackson anymore. We were paying him $10 million. So what does that mean? That's already $24 million minimum that they have to pursue possibly a big name in free agency. Hey, if you want to take a hint from me, R.C. Buford, go ahead and give a call in to Al Jefferson down in Utah. He can come in down in the paint and fortify that with Tim Duncan for the front court for the Spurs to see if we can kind of make another run to the finals. And as far as Tim Duncan's concerned, like he said in his press conference, he's under contract to play another year. Look for him to come back ready, in shape, even though he'll be 38 years old. Also, Tony Parker, look for his hamstring to go ahead and be healed up, and he'll come back and be the best player on the team. So look for the Spurs to make a splash in free agency that you did not expect, and also look for Miami to make some moves, including one of their big three. Hey, you might agree with me, and maybe you don't. But if you do, go ahead and hit me up in my email. If you don't, email me anyway. Cliff@blackvideonews.com. Here for Blacks in Motion. So as far as basketball is concerned, it's over, but Blacks in Motion will continue to bring you the hottest news on the web.